young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
Yeah.
And
So translation, in other words, black kids, you're just dumb. That's it. You're dumb. You don't know how to peck on a computer. Don't even know what the word is, let alone. If you don't know the word, that means you don't even know what a computer looks like, really, because you don't have the concept. So that's what she's really saying. This is what the Democrat Party, Kathy Hochul and other Democrats, again, another election.
I want to talk about the comments made by New York City or New York Governor Kathy Hochul. So she has been facing backlash for saying that black children in the Bronx don't know the word computer. This is clip 2. Take a look.
young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges.
What?
So translation, in other words, black kids, you're just dumb. That's it. You're dumb. You don't know how to peck on a computer. Don't even know what the word is, let alone. If you don't know the word, that means you don't even know what a computer looks like, really, because you don't have the concept. So that's what she's really saying. This is what the Democrat Party, Kathy Hochul and other Democrats, again, another election, they use black people as their, I don't know, their pounding board. They use them to make them a victim of everything. Now, black children are just dumb.
Yeah. Oh, and can't afford it. What are your thoughts there, T?
The left and the Democrats, they always say, when someone shows you who they are, you better believe them. Yeah, same thing for them. White liberals, they think that black children are dumb. Mm-hmm. They think that black children need white people in order to function as human beings. So this is where we are. Y'all need white people. You need reparations. You need all these other things that you're asking for that you don't even know that you don't need, really. But here we are. White people, you're dumb.
Yeah. It was a racist comment. Mm-hmm. I feel it was definitely a racist comment. But the black community caused this. Mm-hmm. They caused this. And the reason why is, every time you turn around, you have black people begging for reparations. You have black people say, this whole DEI thing has come about, and the black community is pushing this idea of victimhood. Yep. We're the victims. Whites are are the oppressors. We're the oppressed. We always gimme. We need this, we need that, social welfare programs and all this type of stuff. So of course they think that black people are their pets. This is the leftist, liberal white people. They think they're the pets. They think they can't afford computers. They're not smart enough to use a computer. Mm-hmm. And the list goes on. And you, black Democrats, have perpetuated this narrative.
Yeah. But I don't know, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Was it the black people that perpetuated the narrative, or was it white people starting in the educational system telling them that they weren't much, they weren't anything?
I don't know. It's a good question what came first. But the thing is that this is not true. They still use these tropes, these racist tropes, and that just captivates the mind of a lot of black people. Gimme. White people, you owe me this. White people, give me this. The government owes me this. So that's the mindset that we now are facing with. And so you have these people, black people by and large, who think that white people owe them anything and everything, and that they can't do it. It's a mind slavery as much as physical slavery.
And not only that, but then we perpetuate this idea that we can't get into education institutions, jobs, without having some type of skin color characteristic or factor in to the job hiring process. I have an example here. I had someone tell me, and I'm not going to get too specific, but this is a friend of mine, made a comment, oh, you're fine because you're black, so they'll give you the job anyway, or they'll give you this, what we were talking about anyway. And it was just like, I was upset because, for this particular instance, I had worked very hard. I'm very accomplished. I'm smart and things like that. So there wasn't anything about my skin color, I should say, that should have afforded me the opportunity. Right. But I couldn't argue with her really, because this is the narrative that our community paints.
Right.
You know, you got to get us in there because of this. Because Kamala Harris, Biden had to have a vice president that was black, that was female. I mean, what are your thoughts on this, Shelley?
So this is like you said, this is the narrative, but this is the residue of affirmative action. This is the residue of the welfare state or the welfare mindset. This is the residue of DEI and any other kind of inclusivity and all these isms or whatever. This is the residue that we are now faced with. I don't know if we're going to ever overcome it because it's so ingrained in a lot of black mindset and black culture today. We know people who are black and they actually live and breathe this, oh, they owe me this.
It's restorative justice.
Yeah, or whatever you
That's
call
it.
it. That they live and breathe this, you know, I'm going to get this from white people, or white people owe me this. It's degrading. It's undignified. And when you think about the skills and the teachings of Booker T. Washington, when he wanted his Tuskegee Institute, he had an institute that were built by black people. They worked and they worked the land. They built the buildings. They went to school. They had to sew their own clothes, make their own crops. They had to come out of Tuskegee with a skill to feed themselves and their families and help build up the community. It wasn't just, oh, you were book smart. They actually had practical skills that would enrich their lives and enrich themselves as they grow in the American culture. I mean, it's ridiculous.
We're to your point, we're too far gone. And there are things, in order to get back to where we need to be, there are things that we have to take steps back. You know how when you lose your keys or you lose something, you got to take steps back to see, where did I go? It started with taking the fathers out of the homes. It started with the family structure, just completely destroying the family structure with the fathers in the home, because that gave black people confidence.
Right.
It's funny how right after we were free from slavery, we had the most confidence to do all the things that we need to do: buy a house, have our families, all of these things that we wanted, and that helped build society, our own society and community. So we have to take the steps back in order to move forward. But at this point, we're like, and it's just like an 18-year-old, a 15-year-old. Right. We've had so many privileges that we don't know what to do with them because we never worked for any of it. We were given all of the things that we have.
Yeah.
Most people.
We have to push back against this, though, because I believe it hurts us more than it helps us. This idea of restorative justice, this idea of reparations, this idea of we need them to help us do this and do that. And when I say them, I mean white liberals. We can do this on our own.
Right.
You know, we have the fortitude, we have the skill, we have the knowledge, the intelligence. We just have to believe it and stop always with our hand out.
The thing is, we are doing it.
Right.
And I think we have this shield over our faces, not we, but they have this shield, black people, over their faces or whatever, that they're not accomplishing anything. But we have the same things that we need. Like, what else do you want?
Right. The thing you said, like you said, we both said we think we're too far gone. What I think the flip side of that is that we, like even, you know, us three, we're the ones who really represent true black culture, right? The subculture, what I call the subculture, that's the anomaly, but it gets so much attention now. Maybe it's the majority, but we really represent what black culture was and is and should be. We're not the ones, we didn't have the handouts when we first came out of slavery, but we get called names. Yeah. We get called bougie and all kinds of stuff.
Uncle Tom.
But we are actually representing what black culture really was and where it was going.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, we are. So we will continue to follow this story, but to me, these people, how could you vote for a party that feels this way about you?
Right.
And Kathy Hochul is not the first one. She certainly will not be the last Democrat to do this. I mean, they always do this. They look down on black people. I mean, how could you even vote for a party that does that? I mean, this woman won. Now, it was closer than I think a lot of people thought the election was going to be. But I don't understand how you continue to vote for this party. I really don't.
They don't, because they're not free. And I'm not what they call it, capping for white people or Republican Party just in general. Like, I really do feel like it's not even about, I don't care if they accept me or not, but it's a spirit of acceptance because we're Americans and because we want the same things for our country. We want the same things for our families. We want the same things for ourselves. Right. Like, I don't feel like being a Republican and being around Black and white Republicans, I don't feel like there's the mentality of
Right.
of oppression.
Right.
We're just all people.
Right.
I mean, of course, we see skin color, but
Right,
I
yeah.
don't feel like, because we make money together, we do everything else together, but it's the spirit of cohesion and freedom.
Right. But it's the Democrat Party that continues to try to push this welfare state.
Right.
And so, and I get it. Some people say, hey, they're giving us these checks, they're giving us this money, let's take it. And, perhaps there are situations where you do need it.
Right.
But that thing
It should
is
be the
like
majority.
crack, because it's like once you start getting used to government handouts, for them taking care of you, it is very difficult to get off of that bus, to get off of that train. We have to be self-sufficient,
Right.
and get from off of that government tit.
Right.
That is in the Biden administration. This is all they're trying to do. We were talking about this Monday night here on the show. Definitely check it out. They want us attached to the government so they can control.
Exactly.
It's by control. They want to do it that way, or by fear.
Exactly.
This is
Exactly.
it.
That's it.